Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais with another weekly wrap-up for the Yakking Show. And this is for the week ending 15th of November 2024. We are blessed with brilliant sunshine today. I don't know about you, Kathleen. We had
Yes,
a really heavy frost this morning. I mean, lots of ice on the windscreens for those of you in England. But it's a brilliant day, so we're grateful for that. First, though, how are you, Kathleen?
I'm doing great, Peter, and enjoying the sunshine, the little of sunshine we get in the winter months here in Canada, but enjoying it very much.
Yeah, and again, a quick one on weather. I just read a news item on the internet yesterday. There was a map of the places in England, in Great Britain, that have had not a single hour of sunshine in November, right? And that was yesterday on the 12th of November. Can you
Oh,
imagine? I think how lucky we are.
I know, I know.
Sorry, I've got this cough I'm still trying to get rid of. Otherwise, I feel absolutely fine. Enough about me. Kathleen, you've got a deep dive into a health topic. Let's go for it.
Yes, yes, Peter. Today I want to talk about diabetes and how it raises the risk of dementia.
Hmm.
Have you heard about that?
No, no.
Okay. Well, so how well you control your blood sugar over time, they say, could significantly impact your risk of developing dementia. So,
Hmm.
prediabetes accelerates brain aging, with men more affected than women. Even without full diabetes, elevated blood sugar impacts cognitive health, emphasizing the importance of early intervention via lifestyle changes. So that's important. We're just going to chat about that in a minute. Diabetes, they say, increases dementia risk through multiple mechanisms, including vascular damage, inflammation, and insulin resistance. These processes contribute to reduced brain function and structural changes over time. They also say that the gut brain axis plays a significant role in the diabetes dementia connection. Gut dysbiosis and increased intestinal permeability lead to systemic inflammation affecting both metabolic and cognitive health. So, maintaining good gut health, particularly by fostering beneficial oxygen intolerant bacteria, is key for overall wellness. And these bacteria produce important compounds like butyrate, which supports intestinal integrity and may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's, Peter. So, what's the
Wow.
bottom line here? By taking a proactive, holistic approach to your metabolic and brain health, you may be able to significantly reduce your risk of cognitive decline and dementia as you age. So,
Wow. It's
how about
interesting.
that?
And
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think many people know about that connection.
Well, yeah, we're learning so much, aren't we?
Absolutely. I'll tell you something I learned last night, and that was not from doing any research myself, but we wanted to watch a movie, something light, right? And so we watched stuff on Acorn. Oh, I think this was on Prime, and it said the M up, and I thought, what's M up? And then I read it, the blurb, and it was about a group of men in Wales that were diabetics, and one of the side effects of their diabetes is they're all impotent or impotent, as we would say in Britain. And it just so happened that the doctor was studying them attended a speech where a scientist from Pfizer was talking about Viagra. This is back in the 90s, right? Long story short, this was the first ever live human trial of Viagra was conducted with these group of Welsh men in the small village in or smallish village in or town in Wales, and it goes through the trials and tribulations. But these guys were impotent; they didn't know why, and they hadn't connected to the diabetes until they saw this doctor who told them of the connection, recruited them for the trials, and some had miraculous results, some didn't. Anyway, I won't go into it, but it reinforced for me the importance of early treatment of diabetes because never, cognitive decline is huge and a real worry. But
Oh,
for a lot of people, for men, being impotent is a huge psychological problem, right?
of course.
So I thought that was very interesting that to
Mhm.
see that connection. And now you're talking about the connection with cognitive decline today. So both for physical and mental health, you actually need to get it treated early. So thanks for that,
Absolutely.
Kathleen.
No problem, Peter. And just a little plug for our Dr. Morse products, Peter. What I find At this time of year, so important for me personally. I like to do a full body detox, like a cleansing. And what I've been doing is juicing. So here's my juice.
Hmm.
Doesn't look too appetizing, but what's in here is a lot of grapes, strawberries, blueberries, peaches, and it's very tasty. It's just blended up in the blender. And we also do Dr. Morse's drops. So these
Okay.
are drops that you can put in a little bit of water, just a tiny bit of water, maybe, just two droppers full in that much water. And then you just consume it that way. So they're fantastic. This one is for lymph drainage because, as if any of you follow Dr. Morse, he's he talks about the importance of good kidney function and good lymphatic uh, drainage and kidney filtration. So those two are very, very important. And then I've included some other tinctures as well. One is for female hormones and female tonic, the endocrine system. And I have another one. So I have two for bladder, for kidney and bladder. So that's just a plug. And if anyone is interested in Dr. Morse's products, we're going to provide a link at the bottom of this video. And all you have to do when you go to place your order, if you use the code Yakking Show, you will get a discount on those products.
Great. Thanks for that, Kathleen. But tell me how you're feeling on your purge. I know you've been on it for nearly a week now.
Okay, well, to be honest with you, so what I'm doing is it's fruit juice and I'm doing raw vegetables. So lots of fruits and vegetables, all raw. And I'm doing this for 1 month. And at the first week is a hard one because you're used to having your regular diet, and now everything is taken away. Uh, I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of a challenge, but I'm going to press on. But physically, I feel great. Mentally, I feel very like it's like everything is just woo. So I'm feeling good, Peter. I'm feeling good. Highly
Oh,
recommend
that's good to hear. Now, you did mention the other, I mean, you sound perfectly normal today, as friendly as ever, but the other day you said you felt a bit grumpy. So is that one of the
it.
side effects
Well, I did because it was just, when when you go through the grocery stores and you smell all these rotisserie chickens, and all these pre-made foods, and you think, oh, if only. But you have to resist and you have to have a lot of self-discipline, I think. But boy, you reap the benefits at the end of that month, Peter. You really do.
Oh, that's good. And of course, I don't help because I go to town and get a coffee, Tim Hortons in Canada from the drive-through and come home and then I we get on Zoom and I tell you about it. So I'm sorry about that, but I
Oh,
can't
sure
resist
you are,
winding
you
up a little
cheeky
bit.
bugger. Sure you are.
Anyway, that's about the, so let's have you got anything else on the health front or shall we get into our
You get
telling
right
our
into it,
audience
Peter.
who
Go
was on the
ahead.
show?
Yeah, go on.
So, who did we have on the show this week? This week was a repeat appearance from Douglas Mulhall, who was talking about the use of, or the benefits of elastin and how recent research and ongoing research is showing that the elastin can be very important in healing or preventing aneurysms from getting worse. Now, it's still in its early days, but they're having some really good results. So that was a really good one. If anyone is concerned about aneurysms and wants to know more about elastin, which is the elastic of life, as he calls it, very important for all your tissues in your body. There's lots of things you can't do without the production of elastin. I'd urge you to watch or listen to his episode, right?
And what's also important, maybe to note, Peter, is if anyone out there has an aneurysm, they are running currently a trial.
Yep.
You may be interested in hearing all about that. So watch that video, watch that interview with Douglas Mulhall to get all the details for that.
Sure.
Mhm.
And his contact details are on the episode
Mhm.
description, and they'll be in our weekly newsletter, and they'll be in the description of this video and audio.
Mhm.
So that was this week. Who we got coming up next week? Next week we have Alan Lazaros. Alan is a really go-ahead guy, and he helps you lead your most fulfilling life in all respects. You're sure he's good at business, but as he says, it's not just about making money, it's leading a balanced life. Younger guy, well, certainly younger than me, but very go ahead, overcome a lot of obstacles in his life, and very powerful episode. So that's next week. The following week will be Ellie Leclerc. Now, Ellie specializes in the treatment of dementia and Alzheimer's, so she's very knowledgeable. So she's coming up the week after that. And the week after her is Kevin Palmieri, who's actually Alan Lazaros's business partner, and he has a slightly different take on the stuff that Alan told us about.
Mhm.
Very complimentary to Alan's episode, and I found him also very good. So that's who's coming up next week. Kathleen, you got any comments on the guests at all?
All of them. I think anybody watching those two interviews, Alan Lazaros and Kevin Palmieri, I think will be very impressed with these young men that have just are so incredibly successful and really want to impart what their secret sauce for success has been with all of you. And boy, do they have an interesting interview. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And like so many of our successful guests, they both came from what's the best way to describe it? Disadvantaged backgrounds, right? And didn't have a good start in life and overcome all those obstacles. And it just seems to happen time and time again that adversity brings out the best in people. So
Right.
very good. We need to talk about our book of the week and our author of the week. And our featured author this week is our guest from Tuesday, Douglas Mulhall, with his book, The Nature of Longevity. A very important book for anyone who's concerned about aging, or for everyone, in fact. But if you have concerns about aging, read the book. There's all sorts of things you can do to, you can't live forever, we know that, but there's things you can do to delay the worst effects of aging. So that's a good one. And I think that's probably it from me, except a reminder to everyone that we have all these interesting guests coming on and more that we haven't even mentioned yet. To make sure you don't miss out on them, hop onto our website, theyakkingshow.com, and sign up for our weekly newsletter. And then you'll be in the picture, who's on this week and who's coming next week. From me, that's it. Back to you, Kathleen.
Great. And thank you all so very much for tuning in. We so appreciated having you. And until next time, take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.